Hmm. Okay. Hello everyone. My name is Inclav Alam and I'm from Ramesh Sippy Academy Cinema and Entertainment. Today I'm here to talk to animation, 2D animation. What is 2D animation? What is 2D animation? First of all, before know 2D animation, what is 2D animation? We have to understand animation. First of all, we have to understand animation. What is animation? So animation is an art and a skill. It's a combination of art and skill. Sorry, where we create illusion by the still images and character to motion, where we try to move something which cannot move itself. Okay, suppose one second. Suppose we create something on paper and any character, anything else we create and we want to move it. And everybody knows ki anything which is non-living thing which cannot move itself. So in animation, we try to create the illusion of motion with the still images. Okay, it's called animation. There are a certain type of animation which is sorry, which is started from very ancient time, very old time. There is certain type of animation, just like 2D animation, cell animation, uh, stop motion, 3D animation, flipbook animation, clay animation, and so on. There are certain type of animations. Sorry, one second. Okay, there are some rules and principle in animation. If we are doing animation, any kind of animation, either it's 2D, 3D, or any other thing, there are some principal works behind animation. So it's it's play very important role in animation. I'll show you principle of animation. Yeah. Yes. The first animation principle is squash and stretch. Okay. Squash and stretch means when something move or bounce, yeah, it's about to move. It's sorry, it's squash. Yeah, just like that. Yeah, it's very important to understand what is the volume of the thing. When we stretch something and squash again, we have to understand what is the exact volume of the object. Okay, it's very important to yeah, squash and stretch is the first principle of animation. Okay, then we move on second. Yeah, second one is anticipation. Anticipation means when we start, when we try to do something, before start doing something, we sorry. Yeah, second one is anticipation. Yeah, anticipation means when we start to try to start any action, before happening the action, we move like that. Before punch some, we move our body behind, just like that. This is video. Okay. Yeah. In animation, it's very important. Without anticipation, our action looks robotic. Yes. If we use anticipation, the action looks very realistic. Otherwise, it's look robotic. Okay. Yeah. Okay. 1 second. Yeah, staging is very important principle in animation, because if staging is not correct or not good, the frame where we want to show something, it's not look good. Yes, in this. Okay. Yeah, in this staging we cover lots of things like framing, placement of object, camera movement, camera setups. Staging covers lots of things. Yeah, and it's very important when we put some text on our frame, it should be readable. When we put some text, it should be readable. Okay. Yes, it's very important. When we want to show something, it's very clear. It should be clear. Suppose here we want to show the man who's eating pizza, he is overeaten. How we can show it? He is overeaten. See the next frames. Yes. Now it's very clear what we want to show. Yeah. Yes. Next is pose to pose and straight ahead. This principle, there is two technique to show animation. One is straight ahead and second is pose to pose. Yeah. In the straight ahead, we draw first frame and then second, then third, then fourth, and so on. And in pose to pose, and draw in between frames. These principles are very important. Either we do any kind of animation, what type of animation we want to do, these 12 principles are very important. In creating any animation, we have to keep in mind in all 12 principles in our mind. Yeah. We have to keep in mind which type of animation will try which method, with which method. Yeah. Okay. Next is overlapping and follow through. See the difference between these two. Cat with follow through, cat is moving its look really, but in second one it's look very robotic because cat is moving but not his its tail moving. Yeah, in the animation we have to understand each and everything to show it realistic, otherwise it's look robotic and very stiff animation. Yeah. Yeah, as the character moves his hair also moves, but character stops and hair is moving continuous. Yeah, yeah, slow in slow out. Next one is slow in slow out. Slow in slow out required any movement when we start anything moving. Slow in slow out is very important because when a car when a ball or everything when it start to moving it's fast, it's slow, then in between it's very fast, and then it's stop, it will be slow. So slow in slow out is very important role in animation. In between. See, Yeah, arc is very simple. When we start to move something, suppose our hand or anything, it's follow an arc in animation, just like here. Now, yeah, when we throw a ball anywhere, it's follow an arc. Slow out. Yeah. Okay, I'm little skipping the video because I have to show something else. So, okay. Yeah, just secondary action is supporting action. When we do something which is main action, and secondary action is supporting action. What is walking? Yeah, yeah, that's very beautiful. There is an important role in staging also. How we show our main action in the animation. Yeah, timing is very simple, and more drawing means slow. Okay, when we draw 24 frames and no, yeah, in 2D animation we use 12 frame in between. In the 2D animation we use 12 frames. Timing is very simple. If we want to fast our action, we create less frame, and if we want to give slow motion, we increase the frame number of frames. Yes, next is exaggeration. In the in the animation, we show sorry. In the animation, we show every action little bit exaggerated. Whatever we want to show, we little exaggerate thing. Not in real life. In animation, we exaggerate all the thing little bit. It's create little interest in our animation and realistic also. Okay. In solid drawing, we create something to give three-dimensional thing. We create illusion by draw adding perspective. Yeah. Suppose we create something, we avoid the symmetry lines. We have to use a straight line with a curved line. We avoid twinning pose also. Twinning means same pose doing same hand, both the hand doing same action and both the leg doing same action. We avoid. Yeah, last one is appeal. When we create anything, we have to understand it's not real short film or real short. We have to create any character or any object in animation, we keep in mind our character should be appealing. Either it's uh, positive character or negative character or any type of character. When we create something, we keep in mind character should be appealing. Yes. Yes, when we use different shapes and different sizes of shape or different volume, it's create interest. Yeah, in animation, in any cartoon, you have seen lots of cartoon like Mickey Mouse or Doraemon, whatever. There, it's called cartoon because sorry, because of its shapes, variation of shapes and size and proportion. Try to play with proportions. See the character. Yes. In animation, we have we have to create our character very simple, because in the animation, when we create anything, any character, we have to create it multiple times, again and again and again. When it's very complicated, it's very hard to redraw, recreate again. That's why we have to keep it simple, not much detail. Now the characters become very interesting. Play with proportion. Okay, these are 12 principle of animation, which is very important. That's why I show it here. Okay, now I want to show something. One second. Right. See, there's no need to draw very detailed or detailing. You can see there's no detail in the drawings. It's very rough drawing, but animation is very smooth and very fine because the principle behind animation, it's applied in the real form, and it's exactly what is should be. See, there's no need to draw a very detailed form of any drawing or okay. In 2D animation nowadays, before some time, there 2D animation do we create 2D animation by cell animation. Cell animation means we create each and every frame on paper, and then after drawing, we click the shot and then draw another frame and then click, and after that compile all the images and create animation. It's called cell animation and or classical animation. Nowadays in 2D animation, we use some software in this process, which is Animate, Adobe Animate, which is Pencil 2D, and Blender, Toon Boom, and so on. There's now I'm going to show you little. I want to create some animation, and I'll show you how it's work. Now I'm going to use Adobe Animate. Okay. Now I'm using Adobe Animate. You can use any software, any 2D software you have. Okay. Now I want to create a walk cycle. Okay. Here I create the pose of walking. There are 5 main poses in walking. When we walk, there are 5 main poses. First one is, it's called contact, because we we contact on earth. First one is contact, second is down, third is passing, and fourth one is high, and last one is contact. But okay, now we now we are going to create a walk cycle. Okay, so we put first one here. Okay, okay, and I choose a ruler to measure it and put it here. Okay, and one from here. Yeah, this is timeline keyframe where we put first pose, and then I create an blank keyframe by pressing F5. Okay, I put next pose here. Okay, and then again I create a blank keyframe and put other pose here. Same. Okay. Now I place all 5 poses here. And here our frame rate is 24 FPS. Okay. When I play it, it's very fast because there is very less frame in the file. It's very fast. If I play it in loop, it's not looking walk cycle. It's like run cycle. Is running. So stop it. And there is a principle timing where we create in between frames to make our action slow. We have to create in between frame. Select first keyframe and create a blank keyframe in between. One and same. Now play again. Little slow, but oh, 1 second. Yeah. A little slow. If we add one in between also, I think it will become smooth. This is normal walk. And it's depend which kind of walk it is. It's walking normally, he is in hurry, or so it's depend what type of walk it is. In 2D animation, you can use any software. I think all the software work slightly similar. Every software uses frames and onion skin also. Onion skin means where you find, once again, in onion skin where you find previous drawing also. It helps you to draw next frame according to previous frame. It shows previous frame. I put it here, previous images or drawings, but you can draw here also. Okay. And you can see smooth, simple, very simple animation. Now I play it on loop. Yeah, you can find it. Okay. So 2D animation is totally depend on your drawing and sketching. It's very important when you, or if you want to do 2D animation, you have to create all the thing on paper. There is a process to create animation, which called animation pipeline. Animation process. Yeah, animation history. Yeah, types of animation. Yeah, there is a pipeline to create animation. It shows pre-production. There is 3 stages in animation, which first one is pre-production, second one is production, and third one is post-production. In pre-production, we create a story, a script, character designing, and storyboarding. Storyboarding is very important thing in any animation film or as well as in real short film. The storyboard is very important because in storyboarding you decide how you place your camera in the film. Where is the camera position? So storyboarding is very important. And in animation or 2D or 3D in animation, you create a storyboard by pencil or paper. You have to create a storyboard first. Write a story, uh, design your character, and then create a storyboard. Then voice recording and layouting, egg shade, dog shade, digital timing, and then use your drawing as a animatics. This is the pre-production. And any type of animation you want to start, you want to do any type of animation, these pipeline, these process, very important. You have to follow these process. You have to keep in mind all 12 principle in your mind. Okay, this is pre-production. Next is production. In production, each shot in 2D animation involves multiple signal drawing character. Okay, in 2D animation, we have to create all the thing on paper. Before some time in cell animation, we create on paper. Now we have to create on so software, but we have to create each and every frame. Sometimes, but here, sorry, here software makes the things very easier. Now we can create frame very easily because of onion skin. We can we can find previous frame and then we can draw next frame. Okay, so in cell animation or 2D animation or digitally, we have to create each and every frame. Okay, then clean up, designize, inking. Inking means we create outline and paint the character, the coloring or inking, animation and photography. Okay, now the last part is post-production. Post-production means when you create your animation, after that you want to add something, lighting or sound or some special effect, and then complete your animation, complete your film. It will be rendered and now your film will complete. So there is a three stage in animation: pre-production, production and post-production. Okay, yes. Yeah. Same here. It's very simple car animation. Where you can find a car image and a background image and a car image without wheel, because you have to give motion on wheel. That's why you have to cut wheel, or you have to find a PNG for this, for wheel animation. And now you have to put each and everything on separate layer, background on separate layer, car on separate layer, both the tires on separate layer, and then give the motion. Okay, yeah. On this starting way, you can create, you can use images for your animation, just like I create a walk cycle and the car animation, and you can use the images like 1 second. You can, yeah, you can use images like that. Walk cycle, run cycle, In the starting point, you can use the images, and after that, try to draw your image, your character on software by using pen tablet. And there's no need to draw very realistic and very detailed character. You can use some basic character like this. Yeah, just line drawing, but apply all the principle and all the basic thing. Very important. There's no detail in animation. See the jump. Very basic sketch. So you have to understand the basics of animation and try to draw. Even you can you can create a bouncing ball. You can create a box animation. Very basic. And try to find some drawing. Yes. Now, yeah. Yeah. Just like creating for bouncing ball. This is the method. Now there is principle used arc and squash and stretch also. It's not necessary all the 12 principle used in your animation, but any of one, any of two, you definitely use in your animation. Okay. In the bouncing ball, there is two principle used. One is arc and second is squash and stretch. You can see the number 7 number, the ball is squash, and in the 6th number, the ball is stretched. Yeah. This is the map you can create your bouncing ball. Okay. Okay, that's it. This is in for today, and I hope all of you enjoyed the workshop. And this is very basic. I create some animation here and show you a car animation and walk cycle. It's very basic, but I hope you understand. Okay, bye. Thank you very much.